What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 2-Minute Tuesday, and in today's episode we are covering fiberglass boats versus aluminum boats. I've been asked a few times that, the summer's coming up, looking at buying a boat. I'm really trying to decide between fiberglass and aluminum. What should I go with? So, and in today's episode we're going to cover the pros and cons of fiberglass and aluminum. So without further ado, we're going to get into the episode. Alright guys, so we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. I'm going to try to stick to it as best that I can, no promises. Leave a comment down below before we get into this what your favorite is, fiberglass or aluminum, and why. I'd love to know what you guys think. So we're going to start off with fiberglass. Now the pros of fiberglass are, it's a very stable boat. If you're fishing big water or fishing with a lot of wind, it's very, those boats, fiberglass boats are heavier, so they're more stable in the water. They're not gonna rock as much, and you're gonna be able to handle that water a lot better in a fiberglass boat. And then the comfort of fishing out of a fiberglass boat. Generally, like I said, it's heavier, it's more stable, so you can fish out of them a lot better. Now another thing is aesthetics. I don't know how many people are into that, but if you're really into the look of the boat and you want that shiny boat, fiberglass is the way to go. I'm not so much a guy like that, so I could really care less, but some people are, so if you're really into aesthetics, then fiberglass boats are the way to go. Now before we cover the cons, we're gonna go over aluminum boat now. Alright guys, so an aluminum boat, I consider them to be pretty tough boats. Like you can bump into things and not worry about smacking up the gel coat or anything like that. Aluminum boats you can kind of beat on a little bit easier. Another thing with aluminum boats is you can get into shallower water with them. So when the spawn's coming and you're trying to get into super shallow water, aluminum boats are going to be a little better at doing that. Obviously, a big thing for aluminum boats is the price. Generally, aluminum boats are priced a lot lower than fiberglass boats. You're going to spend more on a fiberglass boat than you are on an aluminum boat. Maintenance and repair with an aluminum boat, that's going to be a lot cheaper for you than a fiberglass boat. And that's the other thing, that's where I'm going to lead in kind of the cons here of a fiberglass boat. A fiberglass boat is going to cost you more to run each time. It's a heavier boat, so it's going to cost you more in fuel to pull it, and not only that, but you got a bigger motor on those generally, so it's going to cost you more in fuel to run that boat. And if there's anything that breaks on a fiberglass boat, it's generally a lot more expensive to repair. Bigger motor, bigger parts, that's going to cost you more. You scratch up the gel coat, you nick the gel coat, that's going to cost you more there. Especially if you chip or get a hole in the boat, that's going to cost you a lot more to repair fiberglass than it is going to cost you in an aluminum boat. Now, as you guys know, I have an aluminum boat, and I'm kind of an advocate for aluminum boats, but the biggest thing that I can say to you guys, if you're looking at buying a fiberglass or aluminum, you have to outweigh the pros and cons, okay? Each of them has pros and cons. Fiberglass boat they're really nice boats. I mean, you can't beat them. I mean, they're super stable, really, really nice boats to have in the water. I would love a fiberglass boat. Now, you look at an aluminum boat, a really nice boat, you can get it in shallower water. It's cheaper to run each time that you run it though, okay? So like when I take out my boat and truck, if I'm going to the Mississippi River, cost me like 50 bucks, 20 bucks in the tank for the boat, and then 30 bucks in my truck for gas. So it's like 50 bucks to run my boat for a day, or well, actually more than that, because I'm not going to use all that fuel in my boat. So 50 bucks one day and then maybe 20 bucks the next. So it's a lot cheaper for me to run my aluminum boat than it would be a fiberglass. So my tip to you guys is you need to look at the boats and see what you can afford. What's your budget, and what's the best bang for your buck? Another thing is not strapping yourself too tight. If you buy this really nice fiberglass boat and you can't go out and use it each weekend because you can't afford to run the boat, what the heck's the point of having one? So in my eyes, you need to look at what you can afford. If you can afford to run a fiberglass boat every single weekend or whenever you go fishing, then by all means, go ahead. If you can't, you might want to look at an aluminum boat. Okay, if I get an aluminum boat, I can afford to go fishing every single time that I want to. That's the other thing. What is the point of having a boat if it's just going to sit there because you can't afford to run it? Okay, so that's basically my big tip to you. Like I said, aluminum boats, really low on maintenance, and they're just cheaper to maintain and run. Fiberglass is going to be more expensive and more money to run. So like I said, you just have to weigh out what you can afford, and that's really the biggest thing. What can you afford to go fishing with every time you want to go fishing? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment below, and remember to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for all the support. I'm loving it. So, and until next time, we will see you guys later.